Middlesex. I'm born and raised here in Middlesex County. I started my career in public service as a teenager working with fire departments at a young age. And at 21 years old, I stepped over into law enforcement. And in 2005, I became an employee at the Middlesex County Sheriff's Office. In 2006, I became the major crimes investigator for Middlesex, and I personally worked on murders, unattended deaths, drugs, larceny, robberies, and special victims cases. And I've led investigations with the FBI, the DEA, and the United States Secret Service. I'm one of the only investigators in the area to successfully investigate and obtain a conviction in a case involving distribution of a controlled substance that resulted in death in the United States Federal Court in Richmond. I'm currently a certified law enforcement officer. I've worked in or supervised every department available at the Sheriff's Office. I've also been sworn federally and worked on the FBI task force up until I left in June 2016 when I was your sergeant of investigations. My 17 years of law enforcement experience has the same number of years experience as the current sheriff had when he was first elected. But the exception is I spend the majority of my time working for the citizens right here in Middlesex County. I work currently for a large construction company in Northern Virginia, and I handle approximately $1 to $2 million worth of business for that company each year. I've listened a lot to our community and their concerns. They've had three major concerns and complaints throughout the county from one end to the other. And it's the visibility of deputies on the road, the sheriff's visibility, and drugs in the community. I really touched on this in Deltaville, but this has been consistent from one end of the county to the other, the complaint. By reassigning management, we have a lot of supervisors at the sheriff's office, but by reassigning management, we can put more deputies on the road to make the visibility better. And we're going to use every resource we can to fight the drugs in the community. But thank you guys for coming. Thank you to the sponsors for having it. And this is an important night for us all to be here to be able to communicate with each other. I look forward to answering any questions you may have. Thank you. Right now, the biggest need that I'm starting to see throughout the community myself is the drug problem we have in the community, from heroin to methamphetamines. As far as it's affecting everything on a larger scale, and you may not see it itself in your neighborhood or next door to your house, or you may know somebody in your family that's suffering from drug problems. But what this ends up doing is is our foundation for our crime in the community. It starts building you start having your larcenies, your assaults, you start having burglaries, and it escalates to our violent crime. When it comes to actually combating and fighting it, it's kind of like if you're going to war, you're not going to tell the opposition what the battle's going to be before you get there. So I'm kind of hesitant on explaining, hey, this is going to be the warpath for our fight against drugs. But we're going to utilize every resource we can, and a lot of those resources include interdiction with traffic enforcement in high drug traffic areas. And I've actually been out there myself and personally seen vehicle traffic in and out of people's driveways all hours of the night. People are really paying close attention, especially since I've been going around the county and talking to them, and I'm listening to them. And we have to utilize our community as the community is our biggest resource. So with any investigation, you guys are our biggest tool. So working together with us and getting us the information we need, we're always going to have better results. We've got a lot of equipment where we're behind in that some of the surrounding counties currently have, and I've talked about in the past. But what we're going to try to do is utilize any and every grant we can put our hands on to try to do that. And I'm also going to we're going to have a sheriff's office auxiliary. We had one previously, and it'd be similar to what the fire department rescue squads had to help raise money to help us get equipment. And one of the other things we'll be able to do is I'm going to submit off for the DMV grant. I've actually talked to them. A lot of people don't even know this, but 6 years ago we had a DMV grant. We don't participate in the DMV grant anymore. That DMV grant, it supplies us with additional man hours, and it will supply us with equipment such as radars, preliminary breath test devices that you have in a car to be able to test for alcohol and stuff like that. it was set up previously for, like checking details. But since social media is out there now, it's not quite as productive anymore for checking details. So they utilize them now for more of a saturation control. And I've talked to the DMV personnel, and they're all for us to come back and participate in those campaigns, such as click our ticket and stuff like that. One thing I'm going to try to do is look into our own community to try to produce officers from home here. One of the things I want to reach out when I say this, and so everybody understands, I'm not just saying I'm home, this is home, I'm from here, this is why I'm running for office. It actually means a lot different in the law enforcement world. Because this is our family out here. You guys are our family, you are our community. So when we all get out here and go to work every day, we fight a lot harder. So it's easier to train an officer who's already been networked into the community. So I feel like on the diversity side of things, if we're bringing in some of our local officers to work, I think it's going to be a lot better in the outcome. It's going to save us money, save us time, because these people are going to network themselves in. And I feel like that we need to put the best possible officer out there for our community and welcome them. When you're dealing with victims of cases, you're dealing with victims of crime, you have to have a diverse group when you deal with that. And one of the reasons is because you may feel more comfortable talking to me. You may not feel comfortable talking to this gentleman here. But it's all about getting victims of crime to communicate with you and getting as much information you can to get these cases solved. So working with our local community, I've spoken a lot with some of the members of the NAACP. I feel like we could utilize this organization as well as some others and some churches to help fill those voids. So we've got the people that we need to build a broader spectrum to help us get the information we need to get these cases solved. We actually checked into this a while back about trying to get some physical fitness stuff set up through YMCA a while back. If we could get something worked out like that, it would be great. Give them the opportunity, after maybe an hour or so on their shift, to stop in there and work out a little bit. When you start letting your physical condition go, they're risking their life, because that's your body and your physique is your equipment when you're out there in the field. I'm not trying to say anything demeaning to any of the officers by no way, shape, or form, but we will have the physical fitness requirements for hiring, and the physical fitness test for hiring. But as far as officers that are currently there, we're going to provide them with a lot of encouragement to get in shape, so we can actually have more productive, more energetic officers out here and more healthy professional living. It's our lead law enforcement officer in the community. It's a guy we got some difficult decisions to make. Our job is to protect the people and the citizens of this community, and attack the problems that arise that come to us, and for instance, like the drugs in the community. When we see that, we have to jump on it with both feet, because everything spreads throughout the community from different types of crimes. It starts to build from one type of offense to the other, and we have to work as hard as we can to keep those crime statistics down, so that way we're ensuring that we're keeping our citizens safe. I mean, nobody from the deputy's position to the sheriff's position is excluded from getting out here and actually enforcing the law.